Hey guys, and welcome back to Worth Guitars. Today I'm working on the 7-string guitar for Chad Bailey, the Starliner. And what I'm doing right now is I'm building a little dam out of masking tape to keep the epoxy I'm going to use in filling this burl from running down into the pickups and holes and different things like the pickup cavities, So we're just building little dams, that way when we pour the epoxy, it has a place to stop and harden. Then you can peel that tape right back off. And the reason I'm doing a voiceover is because the CNC is running while I'm doing this and it's really loud, but I still wanted to get a video in for you guys. So that's the deal. So I'll just kind of follow along and tell you what's going on and we'll go from there, okay? Hang in there. I'm using the epoxy made by West System. Great stuff. You can get a slow hardener or a fast hardener. Works really well. I had some trouble with the pump. It was airlocked. Once I figured that out, and I just let a little air into the container there, a little bit of air, then it squeezed properly and worked great. It turns that amber color after it's been sitting a while. And here I'm just adding in some purple dye, and that'll give it a little color when it dries. So here I'm using some CA glue to fill in the little small spots. the little tiny holes and cracks that are in the surface of this burl. The medium thickness CA glue works really well. I use the product made by Starliner, but I think just about any of them will work just fine. After all of that filling, of course, you know what we get to do next? That's right, sanding. So, I tried not to bore you to death by all of the sanding, but this stuff sands off really well, and I'll show you the end result here in just a moment. Welcome back to Work Guitars. Thanks for tuning in. Hope everything's going well for you out there. It's a beautiful day here in Suffolk, Virginia, man. I mean, the past week, it's just been gorgeous. So, I was outside earlier doing some gardening. Now I'm back in the shop. It's Sunday here today. And what I'm working on is the body for Chad Bailey's Starliner. This is a 7-string guitar. And we put a burl cap on the front of it, and you'll see some of the other video footage that I filmed with the guitar laying down flat, the body laying down flat, because the CNC was running and it was too noisy to talk, but I could still do this and still film it. And I forgot I have on my bracelet. My wife gave me this bracelet for my birthday, and it's very cool, and I should probably take it off so I don't scratch it up, but it has the coordinates of where we live in the United States, engraved here in the back, and 143, which is our little code for I love you. So how sweet is that, huh? Got a great wife. I'm a very lucky man. So you saw yesterday, getting back to guitar work, not the mushy stuff. Yesterday I put this tape around here. We'll get you a little closer so I can talk about this tape, in case you've never done this before. What I did essentially was just create a dam to keep the epoxy from running into the pickup cavity, right? And I swear one day I'm gonna spend some money and buy lights so you can see everything better. Anyway, so all we need to do now is just peel that back out of the way, and I'll show you how well that works. And that creates this nice little dam. And you get this clean break here where the epoxy doesn't run back inside the pickup cavity. So all we need to do now, and I filled some of the holes, the smaller cracks, with this brown not Loctite, this is Starbond. It's brown. You can buy brown and black. This is a medium viscosity. It does real well for filling cracks and things like that. And obviously the color helps because it blends in better with wood. You just have to be careful not to use too much of the spray hardener on it because it'll bubble. And then you got a crack with little bubble holes in it, which is not real cool, because those little bubbles will collect the dust as you sand, and then you got to try and pick out the little bubbles, or I guess you could blast it with an air hose. But anyway, just don't use much hardener. So today I'm just going to sand this off a little bit, and I was a little worried yesterday when I put this on here because I was doing a little inner battle of should I seal the top of this guitar first, but I knew I needed to still stain it, which we're going to stain it purple, and because I was afraid that the color that I put in the epoxy, the purple dye that I used in the epoxy, this epoxy West Systems, which I highly recommend. This stuff will glue anything together at all. Works great for all kinds of stuff. I was afraid that it would leave a spot around where the dye sunk in, and then I would have weird spots. Well, it looks like it's sanding off real well, so I'll get you over a little closer. You can see what that looks like. And I'm gonna take this bracelet off before I trash it. All right, I'll be right back, guys, hang tight. Oh, I forgot to show you all something. Check out this bowl, man. So, I've got all these cool chunks of wood laying around. And I decided, why don't I put the CNC to work when it's like, right now it could be running. You spend that money on that machine, it should be doing something, right? So I've got all these cool chunks of wood. This is Bacardi. And it had some cracks in it, so it really wasn't good for much, but maybe some head plates. And I would rather use ebony on my head plates, so I didn't use it for that. So I decided to just make a bowl or a serving tray. It turned out pretty cool. Got some cracks in it. Again, I'm using the super glue or CA glue to fill the cracks. And it still needs to be sanded and everything, but I'm really happy with the way that turned out. Be a cool looking thing sitting on a coffee table, you know, with your remote control or your keys or whatever, right? All right, let me get you over here closer where you can see what's going on. Now you can see what's up. And let's sand this a little bit and see how it looks. You can see how well the West Systems fills in the holes. See, I just jammed tape down in there to keep that from running down in that hole. You spend all that time drilling a hole, you don't want to fill it back up. That works extremely well. You see how clean that is in there? Really can't see it very well. There you go. And it kept that epoxy from running down in the hole. All right, let's sand this bad boy up. Yeah, that's working really well. There's still some little tiny cracks here and there, but you know, that's filling in those voids nicely. I'll sand all this stuff off and I'll show you what it looks like, all right? Let me put on a dust mask. Don't forget to wear your dust mask. Be right back, guys. Stuff's bad for your lungs. Okay, that went pretty fast. You can see where we're at. We're filling in the giant holes that were there. I still have some work to do. That one didn't fill in real good. There's still a few more holes in there that I need to fill. Then we'll come back and stain this bad boy purple. She'll be looking good. This is the neck. Let me show you the neck. Hold on. We'll just oil the neck. Purple Heart Maple and Walnut, which makes a very cool looking neck. I have the 2 tuning keys on there because I was just checking bridge position, making sure the neck was sitting properly on there. We got the eagle inlaid in there, landing on the 12th fret. This is a very pretty piece of, I believe it's Indian rosewood. I've had for quite some time, and it worked perfect for this guitar, that size fretboard. I actually did another fretboard out of Macassar ebony, and then I realized that I wasn't doing a 3x3 headstock. I was doing an inline headstock, so I was like, okay, so now I have an extra one so Chad can buy a 3x3. That's always good, so I'm that far ahead of the game on that. So that's where we're at, guys. That is just a video to show you how I fill the gaps in this burl and that type of thing, and how you can do that as well. You can use CA glue. Epoxy works better for the big portions, big holes. I'm sure you guys have all seen the videos, guys making cutting boards where they make a form and it's basically one chunk of wood and the rest of it's epoxy. You can do a lot of things with epoxy. It works great for doing this as well. You can also use it as a grain filler, but it's really difficult to sand in that way. To me it is, especially on like an acoustic guitar. I mean, it works pretty good. Give it a shot and see if you like it. This is how we do this, and I'm going to get back to work. And that's that for this video, and I'll get it all finished up and we'll start to stain. I'll show you what it looks like when we start staining it, okay? So be good to each other out there. I'm going to get back to work. I hope everybody has a great day. If you can, you know, do something good for each other out there, okay? We'll see you. Bye now. Peace. Before I get away, though, look at the grain on this. That's beautiful, isn't it? Yes, sir. I don't know, African mahogany. That's good looking stuff. All right, I'm out. Peace. See y'all.